Hi, I'm Barnaby Jones with Channel 6 News. We have a special interview for you guys today in the studio. We have Steve Creamer. Thanks for coming with me, or coming meet with me, Steve.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
It's, I know you have a busy schedule, and it's really nice of you to take some time out to come and talk with us. There's been a lot of issues in the news today about Utahns not wanting low-level waste coming in and being stored here, and there's been some big headlines about Energy Solutions, who's one of the world's largest storers of radioactive low-level waste. And we know that you guys have been trying to push for legislation to pass so you guys can be able to store low-level 4 nuclear waste, and we were wondering what you had to say about that.
Well, you know, by the way, I really appreciate this opportunity to be here, Barnaby, but the issue that I have with it is there is a lot of concern with this. In the news every day, there's nobody that does not have an opinion with regards to this, but a lot of it is misguided, in the sense that when people think of nuclear waste, they think we're going to be bringing in from a nuclear power plant like Chernobyl and storing it here, and then it's going to get in the water, and we're going to have 3-headed fishes and things like that. But no, that's not what we're talking about bringing in. What we're talking about bringing in are gloves, surgical equipment, things to treat cancers, that kind of thing that we're going to be storing. The Nuclear Regulatory Agency says that this is extremely low-level waste, and the risk of contamination or anything is extremely low.
Do you feel it's safe to bring in this low-level waste when other countries feel that it isn't and they do not accept foreign or low-level nuclear waste?
Yeah, I do think it's safe, and I think that the situation we have is unique in the sense that we are a very large country. Most countries aren't as big as us, especially the country that, in particular, that we're talking about importing in. Yes, other countries don't, but the thing is, too, other countries don't have the capabilities to store it as safely as we do. A lot of countries have problems in storing these type of things, but the measures and precautions that we take are second to none. We have an extremely safe track record. We have never had an incident, and we are going to continue to do so, because as being part of the solution to us means to ensure that we can store these safely so that it benefits everybody involved, that nothing could go wrong.
Another thing is that many have wondered is, since if you get this passed that you're able to bring in this low-level waste from Italy, would it be the doorway to bring in more foreign waste, and the United States, specifically Utah, becomes a dumping ground for foreign nuclear waste?
You know, that's a very good question, Barnaby. Nobody wants that. Oh shit, we gotta stop. No, that's a very good question, Barnaby. We don't want that to happen. This is like making my 3, 2, 1. That's a very good question, Barnaby. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants Utah to become a dumping ground. And what we're talking about is bringing in not a ton. We're talking about 4% of our current capacity at our Clive, Utah facility is all we're talking about bringing in, and that's all we're going to bring in from other countries. I know that in the past there's been some speculation that, oh no, where are they going to stop? If they get this, they're never going to stop. But that's not true. That's not true at all. We are promising the state of Utah 4% of our current capacity. So that's a very small percentage of how much we're going to actually bring in, and we're not going to bring in any more. We do not want Utah to be known as a dumping ground. I love Utah. I was born and raised in Utah. There's nothing in this world that I love more than my state. That's why we give back to the community with our charities. With the Energy Solutions Foundation, we help students go to college to study math and science. We care about this state, and we do not want anyone to speculate and to think that we're some sort of dumping ground.
Definitely. Also, what would be the benefits of Utah and the citizens of Utah, letting Energy Solutions come in here and let this be stored?
Well, I'm so happy you just mentioned that, because what we're proposing can really benefit the state. First of all, what we're doing is we are all about recycling. I recycle every day. I love to recycle because it helps the environment. And so what we're talking about doing to the state is giving half of the profits that we expect to bring in from this waste from Italy, half of the profits. We're talking $1.5 billion which money that's going to be used for schools, for elementary K through 12, as well as higher education, such as Weber State, that their budget was just cut $12 million because the state of Utah faces a $1 billion shortfall this year. Where are they going to come up with that money? You can only cut so much before you have to start raising taxes, but we can't afford to pay more taxes right now because everybody's losing their job left and right. These are tough times, and so right now is an exceptional opportunity for the state of Utah, because we're going to donate $1.5 billion over the 10 years to the state of Utah. This is going to help. This is going to help generations to come, because we're just donating this money, and all we're asking is to just store a tiny little thing extremely safely, a tiny little amount of low-level waste in one of our facilities in a very, very remote, desolate part of Utah.
That's good to know. One last question. There's a city that's close by this facility, and I was just wondering, would you feel comfortable living near or by your storage facility for this low-level nuclear waste?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't think twice about it. The measures that we take when we bury this material ensure that it will never, ever get into the groundwater. Bunker busting bombs couldn't get this into the groundwater. We do not want anybody to get hurt. I grew up in southern Utah. The downwinders from the nuclear testing that the government did in the 50s and 60s over in Nevada. That nuclear problems that we have down there, I see firsthand that the problems that it has caused down there, and I would never ever want that to happen to anyone else. The suffering that has taken place down there with cancer and everything should not happen. And I promise you, I commit to you right now that will never happen. The 1,000-year lifespan that this stuff has will never be able to get into the groundwater at all.
That's good. I definitely could tell that you were concerned for the state of Utah and protecting the people that live here. We appreciate you coming in here and spending some time and clarifying some things, and we wish you the best of luck.
My pleasure. It's been such a good opportunity to meet with you, and I really hope people. My only hope is that people really understand that what we're trying to do will actually help Utah, not hurt Utah.
All right, well, thanks. Look forward to meeting with you again.
Thank you very much.